Alright everyone, so in our lesson today we're going to be discussing the United Kingdom, Great Britain, the British Isles and the constituent countries that it incorporates. I'm from England, which is one of the countries that's incorporated. Many of you already know that, but today we're going to discuss a lot of the common misconceptions and the ideas and the political and geographical region that sits just off mainland Europe. So let's get started. As you know, this is a map of the world. Now, if we look right in the centre of the map, you will find Europe just above mainland Africa. This is the area of focus that we're going to look at today, but more particularly, it's going to be the island to the left of Europe. Now, in this image, we're able to see a zoomed in picture of Europe. If everyone looks to the left, all the way on the end of the map, you're going to see a group of islands which is yellow and pink. This is the region that we're going to talk about and discuss and clean up today. Many of you know Great Britain, you know the United Kingdom, you know England, Scotland, you know all of these names, but you don't really know what they mean, and this region is confusing to even people who live there. So today, we're going to zoom right in on this island like you can see in this picture. Here we're able to see a zoomed in image of the British Isles. This sits just off the west coast of France and is the closest part of Europe to the Americas. What we're going to work on today is breaking apart this massive group of islands, the political and the geographical borders that they hold, and how they all work together or against each other, and we're really just going to break apart these misconceptions that are commonly seen today. Firstly, we're going to discuss Great Britain and what Great Britain means. If you look at this image, the big island that's shaded in blue is Great Britain. It is the largest island within the British Isles, thus giving it the name Great Britain. It is the greatest and most large island. It's important to understand that Great Britain is not a country, it is just this landmass. Incorporated within the British Isles, the largest island is Great Britain. Okay? Great Britain holds 3 separate countries within it, which we will discuss in a minute. But understand that Great Britain is not a country, it is just this island. Now on this island there are countries, the first of which you can see in red, and it is called England. Now everyone's heard of England, but it's often not understood entirely if England is the whole group of islands, if it's just part of it, or if England is on mainland Europe. In this image in red you can see England. However, England is not the only country on this island. Here we're able to see Wales. Wales is the yellow bump on the left hand side of England. Wales is its own independent country, however it is also located on the island of Great Britain, which is also, as we now know, located within the British Isles. Now if we look above England, we can now see Scotland. Scotland is another country located on Great Britain. This brings us up to 3 countries on one island. So now we have the island of Great Britain, the country of England, the country of Wales, and the country of Scotland. This is where things start getting a little bit complicated as we add in more of these constituent countries. However, it's important to understand that within the island of Great Britain, we now have 3 countries, all individual countries located on the same island. Now let's look at a different island, the island that is called Ireland. You can see it here in this picture in green. Now what's important to remember is this island is still located in the British Isles, as you can see, because it's still in the big bubble. Ireland possesses 2 separate countries. You can now see those 2 countries in this image. Here we can see a more zoomed in picture of the island of Ireland. This map also shows the 2 separate countries. We have Southern Ireland, also known as the Republic of Ireland, and Northern Ireland, which is now known as Northern Ireland. Okay? Each one of them is a separate country. The same as we have England, Scotland and Wales on Great Britain, we have Ireland and Northern Ireland on the island of Ireland. At this point, we've developed our understanding of the 5 countries located within the British Isles. We have England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland and Northern Ireland. This is where things start to get a little bit complicated, because these countries are individual countries, but they also work together. This is where the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland comes into play. The United Kingdom, as many people know it. If we look at the area circled in blue, this is the United Kingdom. We now know that you have England at the bottom, Wales to the left, Scotland to the north, and Northern Ireland all the way over on the top of Ireland. This makes up the United Kingdom. These 4 countries have a political pact together, making them united. They work together economically, socially, and geographically, creating the United Kingdom. It's called the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland because it incorporates Great Britain and the 3 countries that are located on it, and the country of Northern Ireland. Here's another image of the United Kingdom. You can see England in red, Wales in green, Scotland in purple, and Northern Ireland in yellow. There is the United Kingdom. We now understand what each of these countries are and how they unite and form what we know as the United Kingdom. Now, something tells me we forgot about our 5th country. We just spoke about Great Britain incorporating England, Scotland and Wales, and Northern Ireland, and how they make up the United Kingdom. But that 5th country was the Republic of Ireland. The reason this wasn't discussed in the United Kingdom is because it's not part of the United Kingdom. It's only part of the British Isles. The Republic of Ireland is a completely separate country within itself. It does not participate in any of the pacts or the relationships found within the United Kingdom. We've now got all 5 of our countries within the British Isles wrapped up. We've discussed the United Kingdom, Great Britain, and Ireland, and how they're all related. Now we've gone over what we know as the British Isles. We've discussed the 5 countries that it incorporates and the 2 major islands that they're located within. We've discussed Great Britain, which has England, Wales, and Scotland. And we've discussed Ireland, which has Ireland and Northern Ireland. We've then discussed the political and economic effects that these countries have on one another. England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland work together to create the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, while Ireland remains its own separate entity. There we have Great Britain, the British Isles, the United Kingdom, and the 5 countries it incorporates. Now we're going to get together in groups of 4 people and we're going to colour and label this region of the world. Let's go!